Yeah, let's talk about miles per gallon. On regular diesel fuel, Stinky Pete was getting on the highway 18 miles per gallon. Running my homemade diesel fuel out of used motor oil and stale gas, Stinky Pete will usually get between 26 to 27 miles per gallon. I don't know what it's getting right now after the upgrades, but it should be the same or a little bit better. Why it gets better miles per gallon is because there's more energy in motor oil, more BTUs, so you need less fuel to do the same amount of work. See, diesel engines run off of a governor. The governor controls how much fuel is being put in at a certain RPM. So, less energy needs more throttle, more RPMs to do the work compared to higher octane fuel. You need less fuel to maintain that same speed. So that's why this will get better fuel mileage. And also, because motor oil has more BTUs, I've gained about 20 horsepower running motor oil compared to diesel fuel. These factory 12 valves, usually on regular diesel fuel, normally put out 180 horsepower at about 350 foot-pounds of torque. So after I started running my homemade diesel fuel in it, and all I did was cut the fuel mixture back, so it would have probably been only putting 150 horsepower out on diesel fuel, or about 160. And the last time I had on the dyno before I rebuilt the motor, put out 220 horsepower at 485 foot-pounds torque. So on average, my homemade diesel fuel is an increase of horsepower and fuel mileage by about 20 to 35%. Funny thing is, I did not need a 6BT Cummins. I originally wanted to do a 4BT Cummins in Stinky Pete. They normally get about 50 miles per gallon, and if I started running motor oil through it, it probably would get 60 miles per gallon. So if this was a 4BT with a 30-gallon tank at 60 miles per gallon, just keep in mind, I get 700 miles to one tank of fuel, around 25 miles per gallon. So with a 4BT Cummins, I'll be getting about 1,500 miles out of one tank of fuel if Stinky Pete was a 4BT Cummins. I think this is just a mix of used motor oil and stale gas, and about 10 cents per gallon out of pocket. So I've already driven Stinky Pete to Florida and back multiple times for under $10. That's to what? I believe California and back for about $25. So 4BT Cummins, I would have been able to go to Florida and back for under $3 and to California and back for about $10. And the best part is it's not a Tesla, so I don't have to charge it every 200 miles. I could just keep putting fuel in it and keep going nonstop. And Stinky Pete is only a $300 truck, not a $80,000+ car. And if I stick to junkyard parts, this thing is extremely cheap to fix.